So we went today to an island called Alameda in California, which is right across of San Francisco, to go to this antiques fair that happens once a month, every first Sunday of the month. The question arises for me, which is it worth it to purchase antiques? And I came up with this answer after this experience, which is yes and no, depending of what you are looking into. The pros of buying antiques is that, as you're gonna see in the video, as you observe the people, they really take the time to select what they want to buy and put it in a certain space in their home and houses. There is a specific purpose to whatever they're going to buy to, because antiques, as you must know, is pretty more expensive, more valuable according to the sellers, obviously, kind of a pawn shops. And so you really want to make sure that you're going to buy something that's going to be useful or worth your money, right? So I was just so in awe with all those people carrying those, as you can see here, all of those big objects, decorations, getting their trolleys around so they can bring it to their house, in their cars. So what I really appreciated about buying antiques is the selection of it. So the process of purchasing something that was of value for you for a specific use, or simply because you love collecting and you adore it, this is what I enjoyed it. I think that with the consumerism of today, this is what we like the most, right? We don't think before buying, and then we just consume and buy and buy and buy more than necessary than we actually need to. But when you go through this process of enjoying the buying process, choosing carefully what you're gonna be buying, I love this attention giving through the buying process. And I love also this, the love that you're going through, right? So you choose, you observe with love, right? With care, with attention. And when you have this intention, when you buy an object, then you welcome it much better. And there's this beautiful energy that goes through the process, hence through the intention of the object. Hence, when you put it out there in your house, well, it brings positive energy to it, right? So this is what I really enjoyed upon observing those people going through this day of buying antiques. We ended up not buying anything for ourselves because we couldn't bring it back home. We don't have any check-in luggages, but I really, really enjoy seeing those people. And there's this beauty of carrying your own stuff that you just purchased, this walk, this effort, this force that you have to use, your energy, your physical strength to bring it back to your home, that really makes you sweat and makes you realize, hey, I purchased something of value, I'm going to bring it home, make the effort. So in terms of convenience, there's nothing convenience, guys, about coming out there in this antiques fair. First of all, because it's far from San Francisco, in the sense that you have to take the boat, you have to take the ferry, then you have to get there. Then there's apparently a ticket of $10 to $20, I don't know how much, to purchase upon accessing this fair. There's over 800 sellers selling those antiques, and there's a bunch of things on the tables, guys. Like, it's a mess. Like, you don't even know if it's very valuable. Like, it feels like they've found it in their garage, put it there, and say it's an antique, So the downside of what is this antique is that I believe some of them are just upselling, perhaps, or just overvaluating what they have. But it allows people to reuse objects, right? To repurpose the objects, give it more lives, give it more intention in it. So that's what I really enjoyed about observing this process. Yeah, that was funny because those are, looks like signs of groceries alleys. This is crazy what you can, like, literally anything you can imagine, you can find it in an antique. So the infinite possibilities of object that you thought you would never use can be found there and have a new purpose. That's what I really love. The other downside is, yeah, so you have, repurpose, reusing objects that you thought that you couldn't serve anymore. And there's also, this process of love and care through the buying process. The downside of it is that you don't truly know where it comes from. So you don't know use what usage it has been for those objects. You don't know who were the previous owners. You don't know if they have casted something inside of certain objects in terms of spirits. You don't know if there's certain object that holds some casts or spells. So there's a cleansing process maybe, or being careful of what you're purchasing and bringing into your home, because I do believe there's a lot of objects throughout this world that has and holds some power, also some energy in it that you may not be aware. So it's a form of risk, but then again, in manufactured objects, there's also a risk, right? So I don't know how far this argument can go, but it's just that it held so many lives before and such a history, and does this history truly holds power and empowerment for you and your usage and your purpose that you want to bring in your home? So you just have to be careful and wary of what you're buying, what symbols you can actually use, because symbolism is something that's very powerful, that I'm not very knowledgeable of, but I know that it exists. So that was the thing I was thinking while I was observing this process. So that was my point of view for buying antiques as I was experiencing this antiques fair in Alameda. Have a beautiful day.